After Super Bowl 58, finish the sentence. The Kansas City Chiefs are
a dynasty.
I was saving it for a good time. What is it? Big Chief. The best.
I want to welcome y'all to a Super Bowl edition with Big Chief, back to back.
Yeah.
As usual, we have
like we left some.
We have RJ. We have DJ. We have KoBayne. We coming off of a freshly won Super Bowl, entering us now into a new era, which is called a dynasty. 25-22, Pat pulls it off. It seems like every Super Bowl he's down. I guess starting off when we down, that's how we play. That's the norm. We got to feel normal. But I want to start it off by, asking KoBayne, how you feel about this game? Give me your thoughts. And
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the viewers, subscribers. Please make sure, like P said, y'all come join the dialogue and the conversation. Leave a comment. Share it. As far as how I feel, bro, I mean, what can I say? There was some nerves early on. I think you mentioned it earlier that, starting the game behind the A-ball, but I guess that's just par for the course for this team. I'm super proud of this organization. Obviously proud of our quarterback for doing what he continues to do. And I guess more than anything else, man, proud of the defense. The unsung hero and Coach Spags and what he's been able to do and getting the best out of those cats on defense, man. They really set the tone and got us over the hump, man. I don't know how you feeling, DJ. We still kind of low-key recovering, man, from celebrating late last night, but how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling good. It's surreal to a certain extent, specifically because it's back-to-back, something that hadn't been done in a decade plus, So yeah. I feel really good, man. It was a tough road. Amongst us all, we had I'm not gonna say doubts, but we had our different aggression on how certain players, certain coaches and schemes, concerns about the team per game. But ultimately, RJ, I'm gonna say it again. P, I'm gonna say it again. Algorithm and Kirk, experience matters. Everybody was shook a little bit, but including myself. But still, let me settle down. Let the boys work. Everything gonna take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, RJ?
First of all, I want to thank everybody for the support, for rocking with the Big Chief Nut Podcast. We appreciate you all. It feels great. It feels great to go back to back. It feels great to win another championship. I'm really proud of the team. I'm proud of how they fought, how they competed. We never wavered. We stuck together. I'm just really proud and happy to be a Chiefs fan right now, man. It's a beautiful time. We talked about this on the last episode. I definitely don't take this for granted. I definitely appreciate these wins and these Super Bowls and the success that we're having. I'm very grateful for that. As I said last episode, they don't got 1-5, and we do. And at the end of the day, that's the difference maker. That guy, you leave him around long enough, he gonna do something. So, algorithm, how you feeling about everything?
The moment Mecole Hardman caught that pass, it was like the whole season rushed in a vacuum to a point where it was like we knew this is what it would take to win this Super Bowl. We knew it would be a tough game. I thought that we would win actually a little more convincingly in the way, but I was probably pretty close on the score though. Man, you just gotta enjoy it, man. You gotta be proud to be from Kansas City. You gotta be proud to be a Chiefs fan if you're a Chiefs fan, and we gotta just relish in the moment, man, and just enjoy it and shit. Turn around, let's get ready for next season. That's really all it's about, man. The game was super exciting. Big players make big plays, man. The Kelsey shoving Andy Reid, all that, everything made for a hell of a show, and it was one of the best Super Bowls I've ever witnessed. I'm gonna be honest with you, one of the best Super Bowls I've ever witnessed.
And man, I just feel I feel grateful too like I said, I've been in a time where we was rocking with the quarterbacks that just wasn't never going to win that bowl. We never had that guy. It was always like we had Alex Smith or Trent Green or even Matt Castle. When we go to the playoffs, we was never going to win it. Even though we might have thought it, we might have wished it, it was never going to happen. But we got that guy, like you said, or Jizzle. We have 1-5 now, man. And just think about this, bro. He got 3 Super Bowls. He got 3 Super Bowl MVPs. He got 2 MVPs in a regular season, and he's not even 30.
Man, wow.
Come on, bro. That's like wow. So, algorithm, talk about Pat's greatness, bro.
Man, Pat, man, it was like, this was the first Super Bowl that when I watched the game, it actually, like the first 2 Super Bowls, of course, the first one was a little emotional for all of us. Let's keep it real. But watching this game, this was an emotional game, ups and downs, left, right, hooks, jabs, all that kind of shit. And Patrick Mahomes proved what we've been saying for a long time, with what most Kansas City Chiefs fans have been saying for a long time. He's on a level that the other quarterbacks, not saying they can't get there one day, but they not there. And let's stop having discussions in relation to them being there. There's nothing wrong with telling the truth. You know, 2 things can be true. Pat Mahomes is that much better, and y'all down here. That's just what the truth is. You know, Pat put on a show, man. He didn't allow that one mistake he made to speed up his clock internally. He played with a lot of heart, man. He looked like a real leader out there, man. He was a true leader. He's literally the greatest football player we've ever seen.
Or Jizzle, you got to give Pat his flowers, bro. That man's great.
Listen, man. Listen, I've been saying it. As long as I got 1-5, as long as we got 1-5, we always got a shot. We always, if you don't go take it from him, and you playing with your food, which the 49ers, listen, hats off to the 49ers, but they play with their food. They had an opportunity to really put us away, and they didn't. With a guy like Pat Mahomes, you can't do that. You got to go out here and you got to take it from. The game was up and down. We won figuring things out, but I'm just like, we staying close, and we not playing well, and we still staying close in this game. You know, shout out to special teams, shout out to the defense. 1-5, that guy's special, man, on that game-winning drive, running up the middle, putting it all on the line, putting his body on the line. The 4th and 1, the keeper saying, man, we got here with me, and we gonna go down with me if it comes to that. That's what you want.
That looked like a design run too. Looked like a design run.
And the thing, what did we talk about the other day? What did we talk about though? They was gonna show something that we haven't seen, and that was a design run. We don't run design runs with him.
No, we don't. That's
fact. It was an RPO. When you pull it around, it was a design keep, but it was an option that if that dude comes off Kelsey, just drop it to Kelsey. And
that's a great design.
And Pat's instincts is just amazing. But you can notice if you go back and watch that film, they set that play up on the first drive.
Yeah,
when they kept doing the balls, delay handoff to Pacheco, they set it up all game. It was masterful by Andy or Nagy. We got to give Nagy a little credit because he's a Super Bowl offensive coordinator now. It was masterful, man. Like, but
no, that's
I'm gonna say let's go.
No,
I want to jump over topics. I know. I'm managing this type thing.
Yeah, I got you. DJ, like you said, it was a masterful performance from Pat. He had over 350 yards passing.
333, wasn't it?
333.
Yeah,
333. If you know your numbers, look that number up and see what that number means.
And 333.
Yep, look it up. Look up 333. See what that number means. We'll talk about it later.
Okay. So, DJ, man, talk about your boy Pat, man.
We'll talk about that number now. So 333 happens to be the address. Al Davis Drive.
Oh, of the Vegas Stadium.
Bingo. Allegiant Stadium. That's the address.
That's
Arrowhead West, baby.
That's right. That's our home.
Oh,
Hey, that's the
I
code.
was loving seeing the little Bay Area do they doing that little dancing. When the game was over, it
I
looked
wouldn't.
nothing like it
Yeah.
no more.
That
It
was
was a
stiff.
whole
That little
different
stiff.
thing. It was way different.
That had that
Nah,
Verbo
but-
passcode. He had that Verbo passcode to get in the door.
That's right.
Yeah,
We
that's
always had it from get go. But nah, man. I mean, he's phenomenal. I mean, there's so many different words that could be used and said, and he's been consistent. Not only when the bright lights come on, how calm and collected that he stands in that pocket and do what has to do, and he's getting smarter. Again, he's 28 years old, man. Just 2 years ago, he was unable to read defenses. So I mean, it's going to get better as he aged, man. And I think a lot of our critics that we listen to or watch or whatever, they're afraid, man, how great that this guy can be. On top of, you hear sometimes when you listen or when you watch him, how they congratulate his performances, kind of not weekly or going in and out, but they're at all too, simply because they've never witnessed or watched this too, on any type of film. You can't go and have a scout QB mimic what he does and what he's capable of doing, so
no, you can't. Not at all.
he's literally like magic. And I thought about how his dad said, shout out to Pop Mahomes, but how his dad said, man, you just different. You are different.
He's a different animal, man. No, he's different.
So I mean, it's awesome. It feels good. I heard a couple rumors about him restructuring to keep a lot of different folks, but
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna skip over that, but all in all, man, I mean, we know how our offense get down, and I'm gonna leave it at this here in a second, but we know how our offense get down, and I think all of us on here can agree, fellas, we still didn't play our A game, and we won.
Man, it's wild.
KoBayne. So I was talking to our Jizzle off before the show, and I was asking him about how, remember when Tom Brady, if you didn't put Tom Brady away, he was lurking and you was always worried.
Yeah.
Is that Pat? It is safe to say that's
Pat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You don't want to leave. You can't even leave 13 seconds. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's a big problem. Like there, just to kind of piggyback a little bit on what DJ said, they had opportunities, to do, to close us out in ways, and we kind of looked up and saw ourselves in similar situations that we've been in the past, where he's already proven, what he's able to do with a short amount of time. The mental toughness, the ability to keep the team together, even though stuff was going on the sideline, which, we may talk about, we may not, but he did the things that an illustrious quarterback, somebody that's going out, that's going to have an illustrious career, has to do. And that's to bring everybody together and get over those humps, get through that tumultuous time, that happens during the game when you challenged, outmatched. They have better, on paper at least, better players than we had, and to galvanize everybody, get to the fourth quarter, get to overtime, get us over the hump, man. Bring home the trophy. It's amazing,
right?
Man. Right. I mean, that's facts, man. And I'm glad we got this Super Bowl, because real quick, I want to ask Algorithm, out of all the free agents that we may lose, who is the free agent that you think is really going to leave that's a major factor on this team?
Free agent, I think, that's going to leave. It's hard to say, man, because I think that the Super Bowl effect is going to kick in. Watching the game, I'm going to be honest with you, like go back what Derek was saying, that was not our A game, and it was not an A game from a lot of perspectives. Now, the free agency, I believe, is not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe free agency is gonna be that big a deal this year. Like I was kind of alluding to, the Super Bowl effect. I think there's gonna be a lot of guys willing to come to that table and be like, okay, let's figure this out. If we can get closer to these numbers, and if I can feel respected in these negotiations, and y'all keep making good on the promises you made to other players, convincing me that you're gonna make good on my promises, I don't think free agency is gonna be a problem. I mean, we might lose a couple guys. But if you watch that game and you watch how Mahomes was just orchestrating just from the offensive perspective, there was a lot of times where he had guys open and he didn't take the throw. He had guys open. There were plays that he could have made. And I think in the free agency we could probably be a whole lot better next year. That's what they should really be understanding. Really. But if I had to pick we might lose, I would say it's probably going to be Willie Gay, even though I really, really hope the Chiefs can figure out how to keep Willie Gay. Because that his athleticism and his intensity, and when he can see ball and get to the ball, man, that comes in, man. He makes so many plays just by getting the plays that could be big plays. But
we can replace Willie Gay.
Huh? Say it again, bro.
We can replace Willie Gay.
Yeah, he's replacing, but I'm just saying, if we're going to lose one, I don't think we're going to lose Snead. I don't think we're going to lose Chris Jones. Veach has already spoke to that, which if he can accomplish that, I'll put him up a higher little level on on the way I view his situation. But
I know our Jizzle gonna chime in, but let me just say this real quick.
I just think we're gonna lose
Willie Gay. Let's just give him his flowers real quick though. He overcame 2 seasons back to back, I think, where he had season-ending injuries. Right, fought his way back onto the field. Fought his way back onto the field to become not just an impact player. He filled in certain places, but his athleticism, and then again what he does on the sideline, what he does in the locker room, his voice, the community here in Kansas City that he lives in, they did a whole parade for him, leading him out to go when we the first playoff game. I believe I seen that on the news. So I just think he's a good guy, high character guy. I think that, and he's demonstrated that he get the whole stadium lit, man. Like if you go to a home game at Arrowhead, that's Willie Gay on the sideline, man, getting everybody turned up. And it ain't new. It ain't no Taylor Swift swag surfer. And we've been on that, man. When Travis was messing with the other homegirl, whatever. So he been on that type of time, Willie Gay. It'll be a big loss. I'm glad you mentioned him, algorithm, because our defense, again, man, I don't think it could be understated the fact that they just did a tremendous job, not just during the Super Bowl, man, but all season long.
And I was going to talk about that too next. I really can see a blueprint for them being able to keep the defense intact, because when you look at what Mahomes is able to do, when you look at the way that Andy Reid has really now, this Super Bowl proves that he's molded Mahomes into what he needs to be to go ahead and be legendary. That's what I think this signifies. And there's a blueprint. If we can hit in the draft on another skilled player, we need another running back, I think we can hit on the draft in them spots, man. And I think we can throw a lot of money on the defense, man, because if we keep that defense together, man, it might be 3, 4, 5, Pete. I'm just telling the truth. Damn. That defense, the athleticism that the defense shows when it needs to make an athletic play. Chris Jones, do you see how fast Chris Jones moves when he got to make a play? It's like Chris Jones is frustrating because I don't like when they put him at DN. I think that should slow him down. But when he get, man, Chris Jones is a flash. He'll move in a flash, boy. Secondary's elite. Come on, man. We got to keep them together.
Are they going to keep them together?
I hope so.
They should. I think they should, man. Like I said, like I don't know how concrete it is, but talks has already been floating around that again, 15 talking about doing some restructuring simply to keep the band together, and this isn't his first or second time doing that. I mean, he's getting paid a lot of money throughout a long period of time. So he know what it is. And we said that yesterday, KoBayne. I don't know if you remember a whole lot, due to the celebration festivities and a couple of different alcoholic, adult beverages or whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? Once you got a winning squad who's doing it, and right now we are on a legendary historic movement, not even move, but movement. This is the thing. Decades and years from now, they're going to remember, the Kansas City Chiefs of 2020 and going forward. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and actually 2019 for that matter, but they're going to remember that. So I mean, like, any type of move that we do is going to be strategic.
So I got a question. Talking about strategic moves, then Jizzle, P, DJ, algorithm. If you got to prioritize who gets the bag on defense and what you can do and how you can do it, I'm interested in how do y'all prioritize these 4 players?
Let me go court first.
Hold on. Chris Jones, McDuffie, Snead, and Willie Gay. How do you prioritize that?
Big dog Willie got to go first if there's a must. But the thing is, with our group of guys who are in-house, they already know what it is, right? They know exactly who we are as an organization. They know exactly what we're capable of doing, what we've proven that we can and will do. So I think more so the ball is going to be in their court. What do you want to do, Chris Jones? Because you see what we about. You know exactly how much we can and we're willing to spend. Same thing with Snead. Now I won't get mad if we lose Snead because I know he's a young pup and he's trying to get his stacks off also. He's trying to get signed. So I get that. But again, like, are we talking about like what Travis Kelce said in the after game or whatever? And it's not about the money at this particular point or numbers. This is about legacy. I'm literally trying to build my legacy. So I say the ball's in their court.
All right, let me chime in here. So we're gonna talk about those 4 players. Our priorities, to me, you gotta keep Chris Jones, and you gotta keep Snead. McDuffie is a 2nd-year player. He's a first-round pick. So because he's a first-round pick, we would have a 5th-year option. So we really have control of the finances with him for the next 3 years.
Yeah, he's not going to work.
So I think really the only guy that we probably really lose is Willie Gay. Snead's we're gonna have to break Snead off, and rightfully so, because Snead was a 4th-round pick. And they don't make, they weren't making millions of dollars. We're going to lose Clyde, which his money will come off the books. We're going to lose him as that 1st-round pick. That'll free up some money. I think we probably going to lose MVS too, even though MVS is, played, made some big catches. I think we're probably going to lose him as well too, which is fine. Draft is really going to be key for us, but I think we have to keep. The thing for me on that defense, you got to keep Chris Jones because Chris Jones is the leader of that defense. The tone is set with everything with Chris Jones. If we don't have Chris Jones, that's just going to be too big of a hole. If you giving me him and Snead, I'm probably going to rather lose Snead, even though I don't want to lose Snead, because Chris Jones means that much, not just from his productivity, but just from a leadership perspective. He means a lot to this team.
Chris Jones means a lot to the defense.
Yeah, he rallied the team on the sideline. If y'all saw during the game yesterday, during the Super Bowl, he.
My thing is this too, man. Chris Jones really helps Karlaftis and that young rookie that's going to be coming up next year, Felix. Without Chris Jones, I feel like the other 2 guys is going to be one-on-ones. Me personally, I don't like George. I don't think he's good. I think he's good with Chris Jones.
He got 10.5 sacks, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And he got all them sacks with Chris Jones getting 89% of the double teams on every game. Yeah. What are you going to do if Chris Jones is out of there? And your DBs are good because you lead the league. You're 2nd in the league in sacks. So Snead and all them boys is good because Chris Jones.
McDuffie, man, I don't know. McDuffie was all over the field.
McDuffie's a beast. Yeah, but like he said, he's only 2nd year.
He took Debo out, totally out.
Questionable MVP is what they said.
McDuffie yesterday displayed defensive back, cornerback skills on a all-time great level. That kid is amazing, and he grew up right here where I live at in a Bellflower area. Around the same age as my son. He went to Bosco right up the street. So the kid comes from
they produce dogs.
Where I live at. Just real quick, where I live at, it's one of the hotbeds of high school football, and the kid is really an example of how hard these kids out here be working. Man, shout out to him. But man, that dude, look, man. I played college football, and I'm watching that kid. Man, that kid, he has a chance to be on the Darrelle Revis level. I'm not gonna say prime time just yet, but in my opinion, it's prime. Then it's Darrelle Revis. That's just me.
My camera tripping.
Nah, you're right, man. Like I said, we got a
2nd-year player though, so we ain't got to worry about him right now.
No,
we got to keep Snead.
A couple years.
Let me ask y'all this question too, though. We all know Pat got the MVP. Who was y'all MVP besides Pat? And I'm gonna say, go ahead, RJ. What you got?
I was talking to you about it before we even came on camera. Leo Chanel. He also got a hero's welcome when he came back home tonight. I just saw the video on IG. The block extra point and the forced fumble. Leo Chanel, and he made some other big plays too. Leo Chanel, hats off to him, man. It's not a guy that we really expected, but in the biggest moments, he showed up, and that 1 point made a big difference in that game. That block extra point.
I think he's a free agent. Is he a free agent?
No, he just got drafted last year. He's just a second-year player.
Yeah, we just got it. Yeah, we're
good. Okay.
We're the youngest. Yeah, we youngest.
Algorithm. Let me ask you something, bro. Let me ask you a quick question. Is you gonna pay Tranquil?
If Tranquil's willing to come in on another 1-year deal, yeah. But my priority, if I'm Veach and if I'm Spags and the defensive side of the coaching staff, I'm trying to make sure we keep Willie Gay in. Chanel is proving that he can step up. Yeah,
you trying to keep Willie Gay?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep Willie if possible. Tranquil's going to be there. Listen. Tranquil is going to be there. Tranquil might get offered a deal because he has played really well, and when he started, he played at a high level. But I think he's going to wait to see what Kansas City. He wants to be a Kansas City Chief. These cats want to win Super Bowls. So they want to build their legacy and build their brand, because if you win these Super Bowls, you know what they say in the NFL and in sports in general. The players spend up their money, and when it's over, it's over. You ain't got no more money coming in. But if you play on a team that wins 2, 3, 4 Super Bowls, whatever, you become a staple in Kansas City because you're always going to be able to get some money out of there. You become a staple all over the world because you're attached to that legacy of winning. So these guys understand that, I'm going to take a little off, but I'm going to be doing signings, and I'm going to be at till I'm like 70 years old. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying that they should be able to sign Willie Gay?
I think they should give it a try.
Take a big discount.
I don't think you prioritize Tranquil over any other player on our board right now as far as guys that we might lose. You know, like I think what Kirk was saying, we probably gonna lose. We probably gonna let go of MVS, which I can understand.
MVS is gone. Gone.
But I do think that looking at that game, I think the Chiefs, like we might let go of MVS. But I really think
ain't no Mike to it. MVS is gone, and I think it's like
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. If they have to let him go for a money reason, yeah, he's out of there. If the draft comes through correctly, and they do hit on a receiver, or they're able to get themselves in position, I think they're going to keep this same wide receiver core going into next year, because Hardman's going to be better next year with an offseason back in the system. Hardman's going to be better, man. I believe in Mecole Hardman. I always have.
If we go into the offseason with Hardman, if we go into offseason,
let me finish. I think they're gonna bring Tony back again. I think they're gonna bring the whole crew back. I think all our receivers are gonna come back.
No, he's definitely the only wide receiver that's gonna be left in this room is Rice. Everybody else is gone.
No, they're gonna keep Sky Moore. They're not. They're going to try to look. They're going to have to throw so much money at the defense unless they can get a good negotiation with a receiver, which I don't. They might. The Super Bowl effect might go there
that's
too.
That's going to be the Super Bowl effect, getting a discount for the free agent receivers.
But do you prioritize that, knowing what Pat can do, over keeping your defensive guys in? Not defensive guys who have talent. We got to think about it. Everyone is on the same team. The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, not Patrick Mahomes. You're talking about losing guys that have won back-to-back Super Bowl, proving that they are big-time players when it's time to make plays. You keep those guys in your fold. You keep a Willie Gay. Willie Gay has 2 Super Bowls in a row. He's a back-to-back champion.
Let's just be real. No, the defense won this Bowls. The defense won.
So that's what I'm saying. You throw money at the defense. Don't worry about the receiver right now.
You got to worry about the receivers. You can't have your man Pat out there looking like a fool like he had looked all year. You got to
sound like what we were saying week 4. But where we at now?
Man, you got to bring some free agents in.
Where we
You
at?
got
Yeah,
to do that. You got
for
to
the
do
right
that.
price, definitely. But we can't overspend that receiver. If we
No, I don't
we
mean
gonna spend,
overspending
it
that
got to be on
receiver.
the defense.
Or Jizzle. No, KoBayne, you were saying something before you left, man.
About the well, no, I was just trying to get y'all's thoughts on who we had, who we all would prioritize. But I think with McDuffie, the way RJ explained it, I think with McDuffie not being an issue right now, we make the determination on what we need to do with Chris Jones, Willie Gay. I think we fine. I don't see us. As long as we got players that, again, because my biggest fear, and I covered this with y'all many times, is Spags historically had a complicated defense that took a long time. But if you listen, took a long time for players to understand, and we was always coming on late in the season. But Chris Jones has made it at least 2 or 3 interviews that I've seen him talking about Spags' philosophy kind of changing a little bit, and he equates it to Spags' wife relocating to the area and him being kind of closer to his family. Have y'all heard that, or has that been something? Yeah. Y'all look it up because Chris Jones has mentioned that a few times.
No, Chris Jones has definitely mentioned that. That's but what that does is that it also brings stability to your life. Because I couldn't imagine having a wife and just being away from her all the time. So I think that definitely helped him with his home life. Also, don't forget though about our defense. We got Cook coming back too.
Yeah,
he'll be a 3rd-year player. I know you guys were talking about receiver and everything. Look, we don't need to. I don't think that we need to go out here and spend a bunch of big money on receiver, because I think we need to invest in our defense, and I think we need to draft well and develop our receiving core. Just because you
can't develop receiving core just bums. How you gonna develop bums?
Bro, listen, we don't have bums. We don't have a bunch of bums. But here's what I'm saying: if you tie up too much money in a receiver, that can be very detrimental to our long-term success. And so
we're gonna have to sign a big player. We're gonna have to make a splash signing.
We gotta get a receiver.
No, we don't.
Let me ask you this. What is Kelsey gonna be next season?
In his
same thing he was this year. He had an off year this year. He gonna have a better year next year. He might have a career year next year.
Man, Travis Kelsey gonna have a 500-yard season.
I think
500.
He gonna need a receiver.
Make sure you keep his clip.
He's still drunk.
Make sure you keep his clip, KoBayne.
Yeah, please do that.
His clip.
Mark that down to 35, 44.
If we go into the season next year with the same wide receiver core, and Kelsey is the number one.
That's not going to happen. They're not going to have the same wide receiver core. And number one, you can't. The Chiefs are not in a position where they can trade draft assets that to other teams, because you already are carrying one of the biggest contracts in NFL history. So you got to keep all your draft assets. So it ain't going to be no big time trades. It ain't going to be no bunch of moving. RJ was talking about losing Clyde Hilaire. That's why I went like 3. Compensatory pick. Bye, Clyde. Give us that 3rd round pick. We can hit on the 3rd rounder. Whoever we do lose, we're going to get compensatory picks for. And another thing, when winners find a path to winning, they stick with it. Patrick Mahomes did a pre-draft combine with all the top receivers, and he handpicked Rashee Rice. That is I'm telling you right now, that's a foolproof way to add to the offense, and it's going to work every year because you're giving Pat the opportunity to find the guy, believe in the guy, let the guy know he believes in him, and then you go get him every single year.
I'm surprised the league let him even do that.
That's why I'm shocked. Once I heard that, I was like, damn, why is everybody in there doing that shit?
Yeah.
It should have been a win. But that is creativity of not only, we got to give it to Veach on that, because I'm pretty sure Veach has something to do with that.
Maybe
but Patrick Mahomes as a leader and Andy Reid as a guy who's always willing to make
he had something to do with that. Veach is the GOAT. He probably had something to do with that.
Veach is not the GOAT, bro. He's not the GOAT.
Listen, man, what y'all not gonna do? What y'all not gonna do?
What?
Is
I
get
don't
on here.
hear that correctly.
Pacific, where that college at? Nigerian Nightmare.
Man, listen.
Listen,
Veach is three-time Super Bowl champion. Put some respect on Brett Veach's
Come on,
name.
man. What you talking about?
Brett Veach, listen, man. Status. I don't care what anybody else say about you, Brett Veach. If you happen to see this Brett Veach, you got a fan here. I'm your guy.
If you see this, man, if you see this, respond to my message.
If you see this, Brett Veach, understand
respond to my message.
You've done a great job of assembling a very, very great defense, but there are Chiefs fans out here who see above the confetti.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
What is that? Come on, man. You can't slap somebody in the face and not tell them why you're slapping
the confetti.
Listen,
right up.
All I'm saying is this: you know the Chiefs got 4 Super Bowls as a franchise, right? Like now we in a big dog status now. We sit at the big table now, right?
We sit at Packers. We tied for the Packers and tied for the Giants for 5th. I think
just to say you tied with the Packers, that's wild. Because growing up, the Packers, when we didn't win as children, we know this. Green Bay was looked at as one of the upper echelon of NFL franchises, and now they ain't shit.
Hey, it got to be tough waking up in the morning, not just as a franchise owner, but I'm thinking about some of these long in the tooth players like Aaron Rodgers, and you know what I mean. They're still trying to hold on to his greatness that he had 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Mahomes is he beyond the heels.
The thing about Mahomes too is Mahomes is going to force the general public and the media to recalibrate how they evaluate quarterbacks. Because there's a lot of quarterbacks that they kept putting on levels that's getting knocked down.
I don't think they're going to stop though, bro. They ain't going to stop doing that. I wish
they got to stop doing that, bro. There's no way. There's no way you can compare them now.
Look,
but
Mahomes is giving the quarterbacks to come after him a higher level of distinction and performance to attain. Patrick Mahomes changed the game, bro. We're going to start seeing quarterbacks just like we never thought. We thought Jordan was Jordan. Then we seen Kobe. Then we seen LeBron. Mahomes is fitting. Mahomes.
Is there going to be somebody under Pat? Is there going to be somebody that comes under Pat? I think
there's somebody in the league right now that as Pat goes up, this guy's going to move ahead of a lot of guys. And I tell you who it is. It's Jordan Love.
I don't know about that.
Jordan Love is going to shoot ahead of a lot of guys.
CJ
Stroud. CJ is up there already. I consider CJ Stroud as an elite quarterback already. But I'm talking about who's going to be playing Mahomes in the Super Bowl. CJ Stroud will never play Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I'm talking about
who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Where? When?
Besides Mahomes. What you know how in Brady you got Manning, they all won. Who gonna
Manning
get
won 2 though. Manning won 2. I don't know.
Won, Eli, Big, Watford. Who gonna get their ring? Who gonna get them?
I don't know, man. But like your point about the evaluation piece. Can I just touch on that really quickly though?
Yeah.
I think that's important because this is where I think everything gets crisscrossed in terms of how we even evaluate ourselves. So number one, I think we gotta accept, like just like you would appreciate a gift in Michael Jordan. I mean, after his three-peat, I think it was after his three-peat, they had put the statue out there and already started calling him the GOAT, besides all the other, legends of the NBA in the past. We got an opportunity and time to really enjoy his greatness. They're not giving us the same amount of time, I believe, to really look at what Mahomes and what the Chiefs are actually doing. And when it comes to the evaluation of the quarterback piece, I think this is a critical point that you made, Algorithm, is because you can't be as lazy as they've been and literally where they take positions that don't make Skip Bayless any sense at all when it comes to even just look. Man, you saw what you saw. Stop playing games. You saw what you saw.
It's called yellow journalism.
They're not going to do it no more.
It's called yellow journalism.
But it's like y'all need to I hope that Mahomes accelerates the pace of us getting beyond that level of laziness when it comes to true evaluation so that we can start playing, we can start seriously having discussions about, okay, really, how does he line up? We don't know, and it's okay to say we don't know. The best is yet to come because in all the post-game interviews I heard, he didn't sound anywhere near where he really wanted to be. We all just said literally that we haven't played our best game damn near all season. So, but he's still, like what our Jizzle would say, Patrick Mahomes the second. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still demonstrating that. So, like without our rose-colored glasses, I'm just saying if somebody was objectively looking at the game over the last 6 years, saw Mahomes, saw the rest of the herd, what would their interpretation be of what's going on? We're not getting that from the national media, and I know we ain't supposed to care, but it's important.
No, but I think to do your point, that's over now. They was doing that before.
I don't think so, bro.
That's
still
over.
Proved the point, but it's not over.
No, that's over, bro. Listen, okay, so let's say
what's over. Be specific. What's over?
They can no longer evaluate quarterbacks to Mahomes. That's what we're talking about, right? The quarterback evaluation.
You talking about current quarterbacks? You talking about current quarterbacks? Current quarterbacks.
Yes, current quarterbacks.
It should be over, but I don't think it is either. I think if Josh Allen and them start 5-0, they'll be like, oh, same old bullshit.
Yeah.
Just be real.
You think so? I really think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think so because remember, we always got to
do it every year.
Business is business. You cannot market. You can never tell the complete truth in marketing because no product is without a flaw. So when you market, you got to market the product to the biggest demographic. They're never going to not promote dominant society quarterbacks. They have to. You would be dumb not to. That's where your money coming from.
That's real.
Your money's coming from that. So that's gonna happen. They're gonna compare Josh Allen. They're gonna bring up who's the other younger
Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty.
Purdy didn't play terrible. So Purdy's up there, man. They're gonna keep comparing quarterbacks.
Purdy didn't play terrible, but Purdy's a bad quarterback, and once he loses them pieces, he gonna be back to the middle of the road, back to the middle of the pack. But our Jizzle, I want to get your opinion. Let's talk about this your X factor in this game and why the Chiefs won the game.
X factor, man. I gotta shout out Chris Jones, man. Chris Jones, I know he's a big name and he's the leader of our defense. But him getting to Purdy, not sacking him, but getting to him, helped us to not get them to score a couple times. At the end of the game, he hurried Purdy up. And then the other one, when he got to him, I believe it was McDuffie who ended up breaking up the pass on Devo. But because Chris Jones got there, it rushed that throw. That throw wasn't, what it was supposed to be. And then McDuffie made a great play.
Chris Jones had a hell of a game.
Chris Jones had a great game. To get paid.
That's why he going to get paid, but he ain't going to get paid by the Chiefs.
Well, here's the thing about that. I think he does, but it all depends, man. It depends on what we can get away with Mahomes' number. That's really what it's going to depend on, what we can get away with Mahomes.
But just think though, right? You lose Chris Jones, you give Mahomes some weapons. Now Mahomes just carries the team, which
Man, see,
it's a pride thing to me. It's going to be. Go ahead, RJ.
I don't want us to listen. I like this brand of football better, man. I like it where we got a great defense and we figure it out on offense, man. Because them shootouts, man, it's exciting and everything, but that's not that. Man, I don't like that, man. I don't like when we got to sit up here and score every single time, man. Because can't y'all remember?
I agree.
Can't y'all remember all them times where we just had to sit up here and we just like, man, if we had a defense, we had to do that.
I remember them times.
It's a savvy way to handle the deficiencies we have at receiver. If you want a veteran guy, we got to think veteran guy if we're going to go that route. Now, I think we are kind of getting a little ahead. Like we should be relishing more in the win right now. But since we here. The way you approach this offseason, Brett Veach. I know you're watching, Brett Veach. I know you're watching. Look, you find out who wants to create a legacy. You do your research and you talk to everyone out there that fits a certain demographic. Experience and consistency. That's what we need. We don't need big play. We don't need the number one wide receiver in the free agent draft or free agent class. You find out who wants to win the Super Bowl, who wants to come here and win, who wants to work hard, who's going to add something to our locker room that's going to help us be a better team inside and out. And I think a guy we could go for Adam Thielen. We get Adam Thielen. Come on, man.
We got to
We got
That would have
to
been a good pickup this year. He would have been a good pickup this year.
And that's the way you address the wide receiver position. If you're in the front office of the Kansas City Chiefs, you do not throw money at the receiver.
Now we're going to get my boy Adam Thielen.
You don't need
now he gets Adam Thielen.
Bro,
if anything, we should be looking for Travis Kelce's replacement. Although I like Noah Gray a lot. If you got an opportunity to go get, let's say who's gonna be on the trading block, Kyle Pitts.
Ooh,
I go get Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
Heck yeah,
While Kelsey still got like 4 or 5 years left.
But you can draft a tight end at 32 too. It
was a lot of tight end. I don't know why the Chiefs didn't draft a tight end last draft. Last draft was loaded with tight ends.
They could have drafted Sam Laporta at 30. Like I said, we could have did the same thing. But anyway, we ain't got into that. We get in that another time. Like you said, we want to relish in the win. It's great, man. Like now, shoot, I'm looking for the 3P. What y'all say?
I say hold on.
Hey, if we was at the Big Chief podcast the year before last, I was telling everybody out here, I was telling everybody, we can finna 3P. 3P. I called it 3P years ago, bro. I'm telling you.
Let me ask y'all this one question. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to get another one, too. If Pat gets this 3P, is he the GOAT? KoBayne.
I feel like he's the GOAT now, man. I mean, by all circumstances and very truthful, objective evaluation of what he's doing from the eye test to the jury that he's collected to how he's galvanized the city and the team and what his trajectory is, to me, he's already the GOAT.
Man, Pat's not the GOAT, bro. Not right now. He's not the GOAT right now. Brady is the GOAT. Brady got 7 Super Bowl rings. He got 10 appearances, bro. Come on, man. That's GOAT status. Algorithm. If he do get this 3-peat, is he the GOAT, in your opinion?
If he gets his 3-peat, he's the best. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. Period.
Facts.
There's a lot of people out there who defer to LeBron over Jordan, and they are rightful to do so. At this point, if Mahomes does something that Brady doesn't do, that accelerates you up to that level because he's already got numbers that far surpass. He's statistically he's going to destroy Tom Brady and everything if he continues to play. You know, he's going to end up a guy with LeBron numbers, but with Jordan championships. So,
damn,
he's the greatest.
The problem is,
think about it. He's going to have LeBron numbers. And let's think about it. What is it, 2024, right? Do you know they're going to have medical advancements? You know they got medical advancements already done. They just haven't put them on the market yet. You know they have training advancements.
So he's going to play long.
He might play till like 45.
Here's the problem, though. The problem is, I know you're going to go around the horn, Pete. The problem is going to be this.
Go ahead.
Pete, Mahomes and Brady play head-to-head matchups. I heard Michael Irvin with this argument. When Keyshawn was making the most sense you can actually make in this debate, which it shouldn't even really be a debate, but you're gonna the actual catch-all defer is gonna be the AFC Championship game we lost and the Super Bowl that we lost to Brady head to head. I mean, once that gets entered into the chat, then it really ain't a whole. I mean, so that's gonna be the end of it. So that's why
Pat's in the position where he's gonna have to. If we're going legacy for legacy, he's going to have to win. And how many Brady win? 7 or 6?
He won 7. He went to 10.
Pat got to win at least 5. Pat got to win at least 5. To get the overall, like from our perspective, he is what he is. But to get that global sports spectrum perspective from the analysts, from the players, from the naysayers, from the fans, he's got to win at least 5.
For me, let me chime in here. For me, I'm gonna say he's the best that I've seen. I can't put him in the GOAT category right now, just because for me, you got to have longevity to be the GOAT. And we talking about a guy who's started 6 years. Now, granted, he's had the best start, in my opinion, in the first 6 years of somebody. But it's really hard for me to compare him to what Tom Brady did because Tom Brady's book is finished. We comparing a guy who started 6 years to a guy who played 23 years. So I think we need to at least get to Mahomes being maybe half of the career, 10, 12 years before I okay, if he done won 5, won a couple more MVPs, all right then. But I don't really throw that GOAT title around very lightly because I can't discredit the body of work that Tom Brady did and how long he did it for. Because the GOAT conversation is not just about how many rings you have. It's also about how long you did it for and how long you were dominant at, while you were playing.
But the thing is, bro, I'm saying if Mahomes wins this three-peat with 4, he'll have 4 rings. In my opinion, he is the GOAT over Brady simply because he would have dog-walked Brady's numbers in those first 6, 7 years. Brady didn't have. Remember, those was defensive New England wins for Super Bowl. He wasn't winning them bowls. Mahomes from the start winning them bowls, that was all on him. If he does this, he's the GOAT.
And that's a great point because let's just keep it real. The way they even evaluate sports is not the way that we evaluate sports just as men, as people. We look at the dude who's playing the best, the dude who's scoring the points, the guy that's actually making the plays as the best player. That's how it's figured out. Mm-hmm. It's like you can't be out there and say I was just on the team sometimes. A couple times I was on the team. No, Mahomes has been the best player on the field every time. Every time. If he gets a three-peat, you cannot from my opinion, you cannot say he's not the GOAT because he's really doing it. So let's take this away. If we can go by Brady, how many Super Bowls did Brady win where he didn't play at an MVP level? Because Pat has won all 3. So let's eliminate the ones that Brady didn't win the MVP in and see where we line up. If Pat goes for three-peat, he's probably even or over Brady.
Thank you.
You can't throw for 185 yards. No way Patrick Mahomes win no Super Bowl throwing for 180-something yards, which Brady did one time. Only competing like 22 passes. Mahomes, I told you, I said Mahomes going to throw like 35, 40 passes. How many passes he throw? 41 passes. I know what's going to happen. I knew what was going to happen with that. Look.
DJ, what you think, bro?
Like you saying, P, if he win a three-peat, he got it. He's rightfully in the GOAT talk. That puts him in the GOAT talk. Like, you have an argument now, in my opinion.
I think that we're in the transition right now, which is the crazy yet great thing about it all, because what we're debating about is a single player quarterback and the defense around them, right? So Tom Brady, I don't know what, 2, 3 Super Bowls was great because of his defense. I think right now, literally right now, Patrick Mahomes is in this particular transition in which it doesn't matter what wide receiver, tight end for that matter, who we have, because we know we have 15 in our back pocket at all times. We have a young core at defense right now who's hungry, who can probably play next week, right? We know that. Who could probably play next week. So it's not hard to say if he's the GOAT. We're talking about a 20-year difference.
Right.
A gap, a 20-year difference. Like right now, I would say I don't even care pumping the brakes, because think about this, guys. We talking about this right now after 6 years. There was no way in the world that Tom Brady was having the same conversation, or the critics or whomever analysts. Was Tom Brady better than Joe Montana within the 6 years?
Right.
We know the answer, but we just don't have that. It's not a fact right now.
But Tom Brady had one less bowl than Joe Montana when he had his bowls. At that point,
how long of a span we talking about?
Just the 6 years. Just 6 years. Brady had 3 bowls.
And all that, was
Montana.
But listen, all that was defense related. All that his defense carried him.
They still
same thing as what I'm saying right now in what we're doing. So we're still talking about greatness on both players and on both sides. Our +1 is he's only 28. Our ceiling is like still unbelievable right now.
We don't even know the
We're
ceiling.
only on the fifth. Look, we're only
He is
on the
only
sixth
28
floor.
years old, bro. That boy
We're
is
only
young.
on the sixth
man.
floor.
I said 3, 4,
You know, on the
5.
high rise.
You
So
think we can get to 5? Think you get? I mean,
Yeah.
5 ain't. It ain't out. It ain't.
Man.
We're going.
If you get them, let me ask you this before we go.
Look,
Real quick.
if you're a betting man, you will realize at this point nothing is out of the realm of possible, accomplishment
And y'all seen
with this team
and y'all seen
with this quarterback.
right, and y'all seen that they still not picking us to win the Super Bowl next year already.
Yeah,
right?
they already picked the Niners to win.
Yeah, they picked the
to win
Niners.
it.
But my thing is, bro, what we get. I don't know, man. I just feel like if Pat do the 3-peat, bro, nobody's done that. Nobody.
Man,
No, no
Like,
one's
bro,
done it.
let me interject here real quick, man. While we having this conversation, can y'all actually believe that we actually talking about a Kansas City Chiefs quarterback actually being in the GOAT conversation?
No, I can't.
I mean, think about it,
I
man.
can't.
Think about
I
this,
can't believe
man.
I'm dreaming.
Think
right
about
now.
this, man. The fact that we actually in a position to have this conversation, man. We go back to this last episode, man. We cannot take this for granted, man, because this is crazy that we actually
It is crazy.
having a
Matt
conversation.
Castles, Alex Smith, Brady Quinn, Joe
Man,
Thigpen, Tyler
all the
Thigpen, my bad, Tyler Thigpen.
all these quarterbacks that we done had here, and we actually got a draft right. And not only did we get the draft right, but we got a guy who's already in his 6th year of starting, and we're comparing him to the greats
To the great.
of
To
to
the
the greatest
GOAT.
of all time. So I just want us,
that's
man,
with the
big.
legitimate debate. A legitimate
No,
debate
it's a
about
legitimate debate.
And
He can legitimately be arguing with the GOAT.
it.
yeah,
Right now.
like I just
got
want
3
us to
bowls.
be able to. I just want us to appreciate the fact that we can actually have this conversation as Chiefs fans, and I want Chiefs fans out there to to really appreciate this run and really appreciate that we have a guy that in year 6 we're already comparing him to the all-time greats.
No, you're right, man. We back to back too. You gotta remember that too, man. Like, don't forget about that. Like back to back, that puts you in a different category of being talked about forever. Like forever. Like they did it. They back to back champs, bro. That's not a hard. The Eagles didn't even make it to the bowl. They didn't make it to the NFC Championship game. It's hard to do that. I suspect. I never did it, but I'm just saying that looks like that would be hard to do. They did it easily.
Absolutely.
It's so
give me
hard
your
in the
closing
NFL.
statements on the season. Wrap this up. 2 minutes. Algorithm started off, bro. Man, it's been a hell of a season. No more football. Got the draft.
Man, football never stops, man. This is really my favorite time of the season is the offseason for real.
Not me.
But we got to take a step back and just, like I said last week, man, we got to take a step back and really appreciate where we at. As Chiefs fans, we're a part of history now as Kansas City Chiefs fan. If you're from Kansas City and you're a Chiefs fan, you are a part of history now. That's just what it is. This franchise, this quarterback, this coach, they've taken the Kansas City Chiefs to an elite NFL level. And I love to think in my heart, I lost my parents and my grandmother. And just to think that they were alive to see the Chiefs win these Super Bowls, man, like people don't really understand outside of Kansas City what the Kansas City Chiefs mean to us as a football team. They're much, much more than a football team. We don't have the Kansas City Kings. The Royals do get a lot of our love, but it's the Chiefs who make connections with the community from my personal knowledge. It's the Chiefs that we support with our heart and soul, man. And I really believe that as Kansas City Chiefs fans, just the heart of the people in Kansas City, we manifested this team for our city. And when the opportunity came, the love and the energy we've been giving the Chiefs all these years, it came about, and now we got Patrick Mahomes, and we deserve it. Like Kansas City really deserved it, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Because we're a city, and I've been gone a long time, but we're a city of so much talent, so much love, and we get stories told about us. And I've been representing Kansas City all over this country for all my life that I've been gone. And everywhere I go, they respect us. And it ain't just because of me. It's because we really bout something, man. We deserve this shit, man. Kansas City deserve it. Patrick Mahomes is the greatest, man. It is what it is. Andy
It
Reid.
is what it is. It is what it is.
Hey, bring back EB, though.
KoBayne, what you got for me, KoBayne?
Man, it's hard to follow that up, man. That's a good way to put things in perspective, algorithm, man. You know, I think similarly that, you know, it is important for us to understand the stake that that the Chiefs, the organization itself, and then obviously what Pat Mahomes has done in the short amount of time that he's been here, put that stuff in perspective and make sure that we appreciate that regularly. It's still difficult for me. I still struggle with the national media's take, you know, like really trying to dissect and take apart what this what's happening currently to build up their followings with clickbait for whatever reason. And so just, you know, I'm still working on myself with like being able to kind of work through that. But, you know, as a fan, I couldn't be more thrilled. Back to back, like you said earlier, it's an amazing feeling. Looking forward to celebrating really, man, the rest of this week and then getting ready for whatever we could build for next season.
Or Jizzle, it's been a hell of a season, bro. Super Bowl. Talk about it. Tell me how you feel.
First of all, again, I want to shout out to everybody listening, and I thank you, gentlemen, for sharing this platform with me to talk about, you know, what we love and talk about the Chiefs football. I'll say this: being in Arizona, I remember in 2020, and I was at the Chiefs bar out here. It's called Pub Rock. And I remember just being in there, and I just remember celebrating with all these lifelong fans, people who have been fans longer than I've been alive, people who have been fans 40, 50. You know, some people, you know, they remember the first Super Bowl that the Chiefs won, and and all the years of pain and everything. So what Algorithm was saying and how the Chiefs, you know, Kansas City really deserves this, like, low key, man, I'm jealous of you brothers that still live in KC, man. Because y'all really getting to be in the city with this energy of with the Chiefs doing well. I never got to experience that. I got to experience the Royals doing well, but like the Royals don't have the same pull that the Chiefs do. And like Algorithm was saying, like Chiefs really get out in the community. And it's, you know, they have more time. They have time during the week to get out in the community and everything. And so the fans have more of a connection with the Chiefs than they do the Royals. Because I'm not a Royals fan. I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan. But I'm a Chiefs fan. But I'm just grateful for this season. You know, it was a lot of ups and a lot of downs. You know, but the team never wavered. You know, it was frustrating. The drops, the penalties, losing close games and things of that nature. You know, this team really showed me this year that they can fight through all types of adversity and we can still come out on top. You can't count the Kansas City Chiefs out. As long as Patrick Mahomes II is under center, you can't count us out, and you're going to have to deal with us. And as long as he's there,
that's it.
You got to see us.
As long as you got Pat.
You got to see us, man.
DJ, what you got for me, brother? I know you've been busy over there watching that game.
Right. So appreciate it, you know, kind of what everybody been saying for the platform for us to talk to on a regular basis. You know, we've been doing this for a while. The podcast thing I know has been in talks for years now, but you know, finally got the courage to do what we've been doing face to face outside of the text. But you know, again, we've been doing this for a while, but man, it's been a run. It's been a great experience because now, you know, not just the team, but us, you know, we have experience throughout the community, throughout our chat, throughout, I mean, the game of football. Having a love of football is huge and it's humongous, man. You know, so I appreciate the honor to watch football on every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, or whenever the heck we play. And it's great. It's awesome, man. You know, just to know that this is a particular time. And I was kind of not back and forth, but on a personal note, like being able to normally, Kirk, you know, what we do is we'll watch the game together. But I had the kids come by. You know, that put a little special stone because I had the kids come by and, you know, we're cheering, you know, normally what we do, but now I'm turning around. I look at the kids jumping and cheering, so this is something that they're going to remember from here on out, and that's legacy also, so it's special, man. It brings a different type of bond, gamesmanship, and whatever else leadership, that you want to bring to the table. But man, this is it's amazing to have this particular time. But I'm gonna end it with this real quick. I don't know the whole Mitch Holtis quote. You know what I'm saying? I should have pulled it up on my phone, and I know I got it here, but help me out if anybody happen to know it.
You can doubt the Chiefs. You can disrespect the Chiefs, but you're going to have to deal with the Chiefs.
Going to deal with the Chiefs, man.
That's facts.
Ultimately.
That's facts.
But I also look to add, just in the event, because I know we got users all around. They already got the schedule out for the parade. It's coming on Wednesday, of course. It kicks off at 11 a.m. 6th and Grand. All right. That's going south. Y'all know the normal route. We're going south, meeting up at the Union Station. But from there, they said, I guess the party at the Union Station is supposed to pop off or whatever at 11:59. So
the rally.
The rally. So I don't even know how. Oh no, it said 12:45. My bad. It was at 12:45. So that's plenty of time for everybody to celebrate. It's 60 degrees. It's going to be the best weather. So there's going to be millions of people out there. So
I'm guessing 2 million people.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be nice.
2 to 3 mil at least, man. So it's been a ride for us all, man. It's been a ride for us all,
fellas.
That's how I feel
too, man. And, one thing Algorithm mentioned too, man. He mentioned that his parents passed away. Rest in peace.
Yes,
and,
sir.
My grandfather, Rodrigo Rodrigo Sr., I started the show off by mentioning him. He was a super fan, man. I'm talking about, man. He had a whole 1972 Chevy Impala. He colored it red and yellow, bro. I mean, they called it. It was like he had Chiefs memorabilia. He went to the Super Bowl for the Chiefs, and I remember going into this. We had this playroom in the basement because we lived next door to Otis Taylor for years.
Oh, yeah?
And I didn't really know who he was for real. I knew who Otis Taylor was, but I didn't know he was older. So I would go play with little Otis all the time. We would just be in this basement, bro, and I would just see all this Chief stuff, bro, like these helmets and stuff. So I would ask, I was like, Grandpa, who is that dude? He's like, man, he played on the Super Bowl. So then he told me about the Chiefs. So that's when I started thinking, but man, if my grandpa could see this now, bro,
man,
if he could see this,
man,
it wouldn't even. It would just. It would be undescribable. Bro, he would be undescribable, man. So this is just. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling, bro. Sometimes now we don't even, like I said, it's getting normal. After the first Super Bowl, bro, it was like you said, it was emotional.
We can't let it get normal though, man. We got to make sure. Not to cut you off, bro, but for our ancestors and the ones that went before us that were fans as well, I think it's our duty to make sure that we. I don't know if the word relish is the right word, but really just truly enjoy, take in the moment, take in the fact that we got what we got going on.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's nice, bro. Like you said, man, like you said, DJ, man, we actually talk about this on text all the time.
Yeah.
All day we talk about this, talk about Chiefs moves and Chiefs things and Chiefs what they gonna say, who they talk about, so man, this season, bro, it ended with a Super Bowl win.
Yes, sir.
That's just, I mean, now you can just go into the off season, like you say, Algorithm, man. We got off season acquisitions, we got draft, we got, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you do it. That's the way you end the season.
Right.
You feel me? That's how you do it, bro.
Dub. Like I said, we could have got better. We should have won that game way. Like how you said, we're gonna blow these bums out.
Look.
Could have, man.
I wanted to say this earlier. If you watch that game, like I said, there were some plays where Mahomes could have took some shots, and
it should have.
He should have took. But I ain't gonna say should have because we won. I ain't gonna say that. But he should have in the scheme of that would have been us performing at our highest level if we always trying to play our best football. And you also pay attention to the run game. Pacheco was pissing me off. He was too emotional. I'm going to tell you this too. Our performance in the first half mirrored the same performance that the Baltimore Ravens did the week before. We were playing undisciplined. We were doing things we didn't do. And they kept talking about, we even posted the pregame speeches with fire. They said Kelsey went crazy. And Pat went crazy. We seen Pat do what he did. Whoever else went crazy. So we might have been on a little emotional side in that first half. If you look at the game, Pacheco was missing holes, man. He was making me so upset. I'm like, bro, slow down. If you slow down, the cutback that you always looking for is there. Your one cut and go, it was there. If we would have played our best game, Pacheco does, and he fumbled. He fumbled. He don't fumble. The game is over. The game is like we was calling.
He cost me $4,000,
27-17, 31-17.
Pacheco scored touchdown.
Our defense did exactly what we said it would do. We said our secondary is an advantage over their skills. All we got to do is take George Kittle out the game, and it's going to get rough.
Well, I didn't. Like I said, we won the game, so I didn't really, I didn't want to really talk about the missed touchdown to Rice that I seen. They could have ended the game over the middle for the touchdown, but we won the game, bro.
Pat, he didn't want to force that one. He said, I'm going to Kelsey. I don't care. I'm going to the guy I know. Boom.
So, man, I can't wait, man. We're going to talk about the next episode, bro. We're going to talk about the free agency and what we thinking and what we going to lose and what we going to talk about the draft and what to do with the number 32 pick. If we're going to trade out of the 32 pick and get more pick. Veach is the GOAT. We'll talk about that. Till the next time.
I want to add something real quick. When we were talking about the numbers, when I said look up the 333, DJ was right. He looked up the 333, but he knew the 333 was the address of the
the stadium.
But there's another meaning to the number 333. If you remember, Jay-Z dropped, and we went by 3. Jay-Z dropped the album that was 444. That number is those are called angel numbers. So the number 333, this is what you need to understand. So we also need to understand. The angel number 333 brings positivity, spirituality, and mental peace and abundance in life. We're going for a 3.
Did not know that, man.
They're going for a 3-peat, baby.
3-peat. The universe has said it's going to be a 3-peat. That's what I take from that.
I took it too. Let me say, I got one more thing, man, and then I know we're gonna wrap up here. Wasn't that sweet though? John Elway bringing us the trophy last night, and we celebrated.
I'm trying to say the whole thing was like a coronation.
We get
at the Raiders Stadium.
At the Raiders Stadium at Arrowhead West. John Elway had to walk down that aisle and bring us.
That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. These are things that happen regularly. This is something special happening. We gotta be able to see it for what it is. That
was for that game where he was crying to the rest because our crowd Arrowhead got too loud.
It was too loud.
And they threatened to penalize.
And all of this is because they did that little lap around the stadium. The universe didn't like that.
They smoked cigars. We smoked cigars in the locker room. They did all that they kicked it. Boy.
And I always
make sure they bury flags. Make sure they put some flags in their locker.
I'm gonna tell you this too. I always tell Raider fans the reason y'all not no good is because you disrespected Al Davis in his later years. If you know Raider fans, they all said that we got to get rid of Al Davis, then we'll finally be good. How could you want to get rid of one of the greatest NFL pioneers in history who was monumental in even getting along with our organization, which isn't spoke about very much? These two organizations ushered in the black players into the NFL in great numbers. Going to black colleges. Al Davis is a pioneer. Al Davis wanted to bring the Raiders right to where the Rams are now in Inglewood, California, but they wouldn't let him do it
for that reason.
Because it was a predominantly black neighborhood, and it would have made the people around there step up, their level of wealth. Yeah. So they denied him building the stadium right where they let the Rams build the stadium. And you're going to say when this man died, that's when y'all going to be good? You cursed your franchise, Raider fans. You better repent.
Raiders are bums.
That's Al Davis telling you. Al Davis told you with that 333.
Hey, this is what I'm telling you though. Raider fans, if y'all 20 years, y'all crazy. For what? If y'all 20 years or y'all older and y'all Raider fans, you're fans of nothing.
They can
what are you fans of?
You wasting your time.
The Broncos can stay in chaos.
Change like the wine is
in chaos. They all
And the Chargers and John Harbaugh is not saving the Chargers. That's not gonna happen.
Jim Harbaugh.
Chiefs is
We
it.
got all on season to talk mess about them clowns.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah,
we
but
got
you know
some
what?
time.
I want to end. Hey, algorithm, end the show. Tell them again what the 333 stand for again.
The angel number 333 brings positivity, spirituality, and mental peace and abundance in life. So they always say that the Super Bowl dictates a lot of stuff if you pay attention. So guess what this telling you? It's telling you it's the year of the Chiefs. Go get it. It's time to go get it.
It's
Whatever you're trying to get, it's time to go get it. That's what that means. Everybody go get it. Whatever you want, go get it right now. Mahomes showed you how to do it.
Big Chief. The best.